Well, hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for August 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, of course, you may see that the guide chimes have been reinstated, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound, okay? So let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your monthly reading for August. I can't believe we're here already, but here we are. Now, I don't know if you noticed with the guide chimes there, it felt very much like your month is going to be in 3 stages. Okay, very reflectful energy at the beginning, very quiet, kind of like thoughtful energy. And then the middle part, it felt very much like you are almost like one note, that you're focused on something diligently. Perhaps it is something that is repetitive, and then the end of the month, it really feels like this flourishing, like this like excitement, this like whirlwind of action in some way. That's how I felt about your month. So perhaps this is how it's going to play out for you. But of course, we have just moved into fabulous Leo season, and this means it's time to shine your light and really take the center stage in your life. Leadership and empowerment is what it's all about. Now, August will really encourage you to be flamboyant, enjoy yourself, be bold and daring and motivated to accomplish so much by ticking all your priorities off your to-do list, and then leave enough time for you to bask in all your glory with quality time to pamper yourself, as well as carve out some time for your soul tribe. This month is all about energy, confidence, creativity, vitality, and of course, self-expression, being unapologetically you, which puts you on course to attract more positive outcomes in your future. This is an easier month, shall we say. It's governed by the sun, and of course your focus will turn to your personal identity, your courage to pursue your dreams and passions with heart-led purpose, and it really aligns you to lead with love and positivity, to seek out fun and adventure despite some of the challenges that we've been experiencing recently. Now, you've got the Fool card to start, so you're definitely seeking a more playful kind of month, maybe even starting new things or trying to connect to new things. Variety is the spice of life there. But of course, this month sees you pushing back. Time to peacock your wonderful self, and it's a month for either a getaway, if funds allow, whether it's time away or, like a vacation or a staycation. It will give you the space to assess your personal direction, your life philosophy, belief system, and be ready to reinforce any structures in your life on return to remain on target and make great strides forwards towards hitting your targets, your goals, your dreams. And of course, Mars moves into Libra on the 6th of August, increasing your zest for life by doing more things that you love. A diary that's jam-packed with curiosities, events, and invitations to encourage you to come out to play. It's all very relevant for the month of August. Now, it's a perfect time to fall in love, too, if you're open to accepting a soulmate into your life. Existing relationships reignite that sensual spark and closeness, and friendships deepen during this period as well. It's all about unity. Now we have the Lionsgate portal. It's already active, of course. It's been activated, but it will peak on the 8th of August. The Earth, Orion's belt, and the star Sirius, as well as the Sun in the sign of Leo, activate this very powerful 8-8 portal, which opens up a transformative energetic flow to connect you to higher vibrations. And this alignment, of course, it facilitates the opportunity to manifest your dreams into reality. And all your proactive hard work that you've been doing so far, it starts to deliver tangible results. The 10th of August sees a very powerful planetary parade where 6 planets align, reinforcing these manifesting opportunities. Now, astrologically, as you know, my beautiful Scorpio, there have been many drastic changes. It's been pretty hard out there, hard to catch a break, bit of a bumpy road for the collective over the last couple of months, for the last couple of years, but we've seen it intensify recently. So the first 2 weeks of August may feel like a bit of a gear shift as more positive energies start to flow in. However, once Mercury turns direct on the 11th, you'll really take charge of your life with clarity and make greater advancements in the area of your life that you're focused on and, of course, investing your energy in. Anything that's been blocked or on hold starts to shift positively and move forward. And especially for stargazers, if you love, astronomy there, Jupiter and Venus get really up close and personal. Great display in the sky there, and that occurs on the 12th. An auspicious day to attract better luck, receive good news, mend any issues or complications, and really harmonize your life. Now, on the 22nd of August, we have that black new moon occurring in the sign of Virgo. This offers a more grounded energy, a practical focus to get more organized. However, and there's always a however, it clashes with the planet of chaos and plot twist, Uranus. So there may be some unexpected surprises that you need to navigate at the end of the month. But Jupiter, planet of good luck and abundance, endeavors to take the edge off to turn any of these plot twists to your favor. Now, on a global scale, and please fast forward this part if you really don't wish to hear it, I did mention in July's forecast that the Mercury retrograde would play havoc with technology and internet security, and we saw major power outages across Starlink, and of course some well-known brands experience cyber breaches. Mercury retrograde does not play nice, and the post-shadow will be with us right until the 25th of August. So be mindful, we may see more of the same. Strengthen passwords if you feel the need to, and save down important work or documents. Nothing to be paranoid about, of course, but it's always important to be mindful. Now, I also mentioned in the yearly forecasts that this year would be all about fire and water due to the planetary movements. Now, major seismic shifts, I did mention also, would occur this year in and around the Ring of Fire and activity in the Pacific Ocean too. Now, that part of the world is often very active, okay? But we have seen unusually high activity, and unfortunately, I envisage more to come. I wish this was not the case, and I don't buy into the currency of fear, but landscapes are shifting, and the energy is increasing, especially in and around the 8-8 portal. That's going to be a monumental energy shift. And we've seen an uptick of extreme shifts as well as erratic weather events globally. So August may encourage global conversations centered around weather systems changing direction, jet streams becoming unstable, ocean patterns altering significantly, impacting topography due to major seismic activity, and of course, how we can navigate these changes. August is actually a month of managing and releasing the built-up of pressure. So it's time to observe and find motivation to build for the future, both globally and personally. And overall, it's a very powerful month to align with what brings you joy and offers you personally a platform to be more sociable, be more present, whilst at the same time make major advancements to achieve your personal goals and desires, to embrace the inner fire and your playfulness, and basically be more you. Okay, so this is a great month to stay on track, and I can see here you're stepping into your personal power right there. I mean, we've got the Fool card, We've got the Queen of Wands, so that's about you, like having a bit of a glow up there. We got the Four of Wands, so this can indicate reuniting with people you haven't seen for a while, getting more creative, you know, invitations coming in during this month. I mean, astrologically, this month is a little bit easier than previous months. I mean, we've got some eclipses going on in September. We don't want to get into that. That's getting ahead of ourselves. But consider this month just a little bit more of being in the flow, okay? So let's see what else is happening here for you. We've got the Five of Cups and we've got the Two of Cups. Interesting, because the Five of Cups can be a minor disappointment, especially when it is partnered with the Two of Cups. So it can be that perhaps you have to let something down or let something go or let someone down, perhaps maybe cancel an event, but it's to go to something else, or it feels like there's something else better on offer there. It doesn't mean that you're letting someone down because you feel like you got a better offer. You know, because you have the Queen of Swords present, I feel like you do something that you feel is right, but it could be that perhaps there is a cancellation and you're like a little bit disappointed at first. However, Two of Cups means something else comes along to replace it, something more enjoyable. So this could be a cancellation in your diary, because I'm seeing a diary right now, someone crossing things out in diaries, right? Okay, so this can indicate either someone's doing that literally as you're listening to this reading, or it can indicate that you're going to experience some sort of cancellation or reschedule, perhaps, on something. Five of Cups followed by a Two of Cups. If you know the Five of Cups in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, there's a figure lamenting 3 cups that have spilt. Okay, and if they just turn around, they'll see 2 cups that are full. This often means that perhaps you've experienced a disappointment. It's been hard out there, especially since you got that Nine of Wands. You're coming into the month of August with the Nine of Wands, so things have been tough. You know, you're battling away on something. Perhaps something hasn't gone your way, but you're trying to be positive about the whole situation. You're holding it all together, but it feels like perhaps you've had to let something go or be disappointed on something because the universe is saying, we got a better thing coming along for you. So just watch out for that, okay? Something you're manifesting, okay? It can also indicate that you've lost, you know, your momentum on something, and now it kind of restarts. There's a rebirth there, or it can indicate that perhaps you felt a little bit like running on empty, as it were, but suddenly you start to get that passion, that joie de vivre, that zest for life back again. But let's get to your cards, because there's a lot going on here. We got the Fool card. So this is you maybe even starting something new or learning something new that is literally going to have a ripple effect in your life. But a lot of you, this is to exert more independence in your life and also be more positive about outcomes, especially on things that have been hard, because you have that Nine of Wands there. So I would say a lot of you have been doing inner child work at this time. I mean, the cat represents independence. So it could be like an independent endeavor, like, you know, running your own business, for example. It could be something you're launching, or perhaps you're thinking about partnering up in business with somebody. It doesn't have to be about business, of course. The Fool card is like, where's the fun at? So you could be acknowledging you have a lot of responsibilities, but you also want to find joy in the present moment. And the Fool card, if you are launching something new or starting something new, it is going to be very successful, because this is the start. You know, when you see the before and after pictures on something, it's like, this is the start and how it ended. You know, the start is like excitement. It feels there's a lot of potential there. Nine of Wands, not going to be easy. You know it's going to be a challenge, but you're up for that challenge. You're very strong. You're not giving up on something. The Chariot, okay, you're heading in the right direction. You're successful. You're overcoming any obstacles. You're manifesting. The Magician card indicates you're in the flow of your personal power. There's a magic about you, a powerful manifesting ability there. You're forging your reality. You're making your dreams become tangible on the physical plane. Yep. Five of Cups, we win some, we lose some. That's life. You know, it can be that you're acknowledging some things you got to let go of, or some things are not working, or some things perhaps are not feeling the same way as they used to. So you're strong enough to let those things go. And the Two of Cups says, well, you're going to align with what your heart really wants. Two of Cups is, you know, co-creating energy with, you know, spirit, because you have the Magician card there. So it means that you are manifesting what your heart yearns for. I mean, if it's love, I definitely see here a lot of you have been doing some cathartic releasing and creating space for healthy love to come on in. But this could also be that With that Two of Cups at grassroots, it basically means that perhaps you are trying to create something that you've been trying to manifest. So you're starting from your heart space. You would love to do something. You're focused on your sense of purpose, and the universe delivers what you desire. There's a match. You know, it's like a magnet. You are magnetic in the month of August there, and you're attracting, because Two of Cups is an attraction card. It basically means you will be in union with that you're attracting right now. This could be friendship, love, opportunity, success, money, whatever it is. You're in a state of attraction right now, and you're busy doing. You're making it happen, okay? But the Fool card is like, make sure you have fun with it. Make sure you're enjoying yourself, because anything that you are not enjoying, you know, this is a period of acknowledging it and saying it's time to let it shed, fall away, as it were, because this is about you setting yourself free. The Fool card is all about no attachments to outcomes and actually things ending up better than you thought. So I definitely see here there's something to celebrate. But the Fool card can indicate new ideas, new endeavors, new adventures, taking a chance. Look before you leap, though. It's like a calculated kind of opportunity for you. This is you also, especially since you have that Four of Wands, going to festivals, music events, reuniting with people you haven't seen for a long time, maybe even getting creative, spending time in good quality company, or even getting involved in the neighborhood in some way, being more sociable. And I feel a lot of you, especially with that Queen of Swords, been a little bit distant for a while, especially since we have the Hermit. You've been hermiting for a little bit. So it can be that long periods alone are very enriching for you, but there is a desire to reach for the light now, or reach to come out of your cave, as it were, and integrate a little bit more. August draws you out, as it were, there, and I feel you're going to connect to really fun activities. So it does feel a little bit lighter, but a lot of you are still like ticking on in the background with your plans. Queen of Swords, you've got a strategy, you're focused on your projects, and it means that you're in the flow of, you know, your purpose, as it were. So you could be in the planning stages on something and be ready to launch it, or getting ready to launch something. The Fool card is to take that leap or reveal something. So I would say that any new ideas, you're going to be very successful with them. But also the Fool card is like, you know, from the beginning. So it can be that a lot of you are looking at your journey, because you do have that Chariot card. It's like you're watching yourself mature, you're looking at your sense of legacy, and you're making a difference in your life. You're making an impact, but also you're aware of the ripple effect, your actions of starting something and how they are going. So I feel there's this review period with that Hermit energy of you kind of like looking at the before and after. Some of you, this could be like a before and after picture of yourself, for example. It could be that, you know, you have started a new exercise routine or a new diet, for example, and you're going to see major impact in the month of August, the before and after, how you have shaped your reality in some way. It doesn't have to be about diet or exercise routines. It can be about, you know, you wanting a new look. You know, you do have the Queen of Wands there, and this can be all about beauty. It can be about you having a glow up. It can be about, you know, the products you use. You may, you know, find a product that's new and that it really does what it says on the tin, as it were, and this is about you being attractive, both inside and out. The Queen of Wands always is magnetic. So this is about you shining your light, really stepping into Leo season as if it is your own, kind of like I've arrived. So I feel a lot of you are focused on maybe your wardrobe, maybe being more flamboyant with clothes. You may even, if you are someone who normally wears like really dark clothing, you could suddenly add a splash of color. It's all about accessorizing. Now, I don't really talk like this normally, and my readings are not about that, but I feel this card is all about accessorizing in some way. Queen of Wands is about beauty routines, so it can be that you're pampering yourself a little bit more this month. I mean, ultimately, this is about following your passions, okay? Leading with that unstoppable spirit to get stuff done, being confident in who you are, trusting your vision, and expressing yourself. You know, no holds barred. I feel you're having really deep, honest conversations this month with people that are interacting with you in life. But also, interestingly enough, your fourth house of stability, your home life, is influencing you. And The home life energy can indicate that, of course, you want to spend a little bit more time at home, that you're going to like make your home a sanctuary, do a little of decluttering, as it were, maybe reorganizing, DIY, a little bit of a lick of paint here, there, and everywhere. Some of you may even desire like a duvet day, staying at home, a staycation, a time off work where you're like, you know what, I'm not doing anything. I'm just like, having a day at home to myself, a day of rest, as it were. But also these cards are like, I should be getting out there and just having fun. I should be doing something. Okay, these are doing cards. So some of you may have a little bit of an inner battle with that Nine of Wands energy where it's like, I'm at home and I want to get organized about the home space, but I should be out there having fun. I feel like you're going to choose fun over the dishes, as it were. I feel, yes, there may be some things that are calling you at the home space to do, whether it is a project at home, but also the Fool is your presiding card. And I feel like, there's this energy of like, okay, you're always responsible. You're always a person who's showing up and doing. But now I feel like you want to be a little bit more creative or a little bit more passionate and get out there and connect to like-minded individuals. And, I feel there's this energy of integration about you, okay? Yes, you're going to find the balance within that. The fourth house can also make you think about new places to live. The Fool card is new, and some of you may be thinking about moving because you have the Chariot card. So some of you may be actually moving or planning that or just looking further afield. You may discover a new place, a new home, or new environment that you wish to live in. Some of you may even be thinking about moving abroad or migrating your life in some way, your business. If you're an entrepreneur, if you work for yourself, independent worker, you can work anywhere in the world. Some of you are thinking about being more nomadic. So you may launch something new that helps you be more nomadic in your circumstances. But a lot of you, I feel like Nine of Wands, there's this energy coming out with the Fool card and the Nine of Wands, especially with the Queen of Wands. I feel there's something here that perhaps you've been doing or taking action on, and it feels like it's ongoing. But there's something new that you may want to spend more time with, and it feels like you're having to play catch up with yourself or get ahead of yourself in order to do that new thing, if that makes sense. So there may be something that you've been envisaging, a new project, or it just feels like you're having to get ahead of yourself in order to focus on this new thing. You will get ahead of yourself. I want you to be aware of that. And you will focus on this new thing, and it will actually just add a new dimension to your life. So whether it is a creative pursuit, whether it's a business idea or new money-making idea, or maybe it is that you actually haven't been able to find the time to explore new neighborhoods or new things. I feel a lot of you are wanting this newness this month. I mean, of course, this is a card of, it's the start of the month. So, let's see how it goes. Let's, be open to everything that is coming towards you. But you may be applying for new things, or you may be like looking at things that are further afield or things that you've never done before this month. And you're leading with that Queen of Wands, which is all about your passion. It's that vitality, having the energy. So a lot of you are going to have more energy this month because this month, of course, is all about energy. You're going to get a lot of attention, whether that's in your career or even just walking down the sidewalk. You're going to get attention. You're actually someone who, interesting. I'm going to give you what I'm being given, okay, which is you may have some battle scars in life, tensions and pressure that go on behind the scenes, and you're keeping it all together with that Nine of Wands there, because Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. But it's like you're youthful. You don't look your age. The stress and the pressure is not showing on your face. So you may get a compliment this month from somebody, and they're like, wow, how are you doing all this? You don't look stressed, but you're doing a lot of things. You've been through a lot. You've been through some hardships. And you're like, well, you know what? I'm young at heart. And I feel this is an energy of you recognizing that you are young at heart. And actually that is a superpower for you, okay? So I feel like you're going to get a compliment this month. But ultimately, I feel there's some sort of creative project that is going to see a lot of success here for you, or is going to have a ripple effect in your life. It is going to be cause and effect. The actions that you take now in August will ripple out and have a lot of success in your future. Now, because we have cups here, it feels like it's the vision. I scry in the water. Any body of water is all about the vision, and you're taking action on it. There's energy here. You are making your vision become your reality because the Chariot card is success. it's direction, it is willpower. It means you're manifesting, but also you're physically making efforts to make things become your reality. And there lies a lot of success and power for you as well. And the Nine of Wands indicates you know it's not easy. Okay, so I feel with this Nine of Wands here as well, I feel a lot of you are having more confidence than you have had for a while, but also you're having the courage and strength to succeed in a challenging environment. Also, I feel like you're someone who stands independently alone. You're doing a lot by yourself. I mean, there may be people around you because we've got two queens here, okay? Yeah, we've got two queens here, so it could be you and a person, perhaps, maybe pooling your resources, or maybe you're going on a vacation together, you and a bestie. I definitely see vacation energy. Nine of Wands can be that you're trying to catch up with yourself or get everything done. You've got a lot on your plate, a lot on your to-do list at the beginning of the month, but it feels more like there's time to play at the end of the month there for you. I mean, Nine of Wands indicates there's a lot going on. You're close to burnout. It can be that. Also, I would just be a little bit mindful with the energy shifts. Because we have two queens here. Queen of Swords is in the resistance position, so it can be there's sensitivity around a dynamic, whether it's a friendship or someone in the family or even someone in your working environment. Nine of Wands, you may approach this situation in a bit of a defensive manner, okay, which can escalate a situation perhaps. But however, with that Five of Cups there, I feel there's an energy of feeling hurt in this, but also looking at what could have made you or the person defensive that may have colored perception in that moment. And because we have a Two of Cups there, it feels there's a togetherness. There feels like there is an affinity, people understanding each other on a different level. So I would say in and around, if this is not something that's already happened, in and around the sort of new moon energy, there may be a little bit of a conflict between you and a person, and it could be like an old argument or an old problem or issue that is resurfacing, but finally you kind of lay it to bed. It's like finally it is over. Finally, both of you may have been coming at this situation from different angles all along, and there's been a bit of a misunderstanding, or people have not been hearing each other, the subtext perhaps of what's going on, the pressure behind the scenes on something, because this is a card of pressure, okay, and there's this dynamic between two people here. I feel like suddenly you kind of have a very articulate conversation with each other, where suddenly you see how both angles somehow are right. There's no right or wrong in the situation, because it feels like both of you have valid points. And maybe there's a bit of illumination going on in this connection. You're the sort of person, my beautiful Scorpio, that you see the subtext of a situation, but there may be something here that clicks in this for you, where you're like, oh, I saw it like that, but I didn't realize it could have like had that impact on that person. And it just gives you like a newfound respect for this person, but also it opens your eyes on something. You're not compromising your morals or not compromising your viewpoint. It feels like there is two people realizing something about each other there, if that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, there is a togetherness and a bond. So let's bring it back to your energy. I mean, these queens can be aspects of self. It can be that you're very passionate about what you do, but also you feel a need to detach in order to be organized. You're on your sense of purpose. You're clear on what needs to be done because you have so much going on. And a lot of you are trying to get ahead of yourself on something because either you're taking a vacation, or there's some time away, or there's some major activity, you know, going on there. Also, and I hate to give you this message, if you have a car, for some of you, actually I see some of you upgrading a car, okay, but I do see with the Magician energy and the Five of Cups can indicate that something isn't working in the same way. Okay, doesn't mean it's broken because there's no Tower energy here, but it could be that you go and get a checkup and find that something isn't working in the same way, and it requires tweaking or replacement part. I hate to give that message because that normally means that you have to give out some money there. A lot of you, especially since we have the Magician energy and the Queen of Swords, it could be covered by insurance. If you have insurance, I'm sure everybody's got insurance there on the card, but you know, that's coming out there as well. But it may need some adjustments in your calendar. So it could be something that is needed to be done. It's not critical, but it's advisable that it's done like ASAP as soon as the situation is identified. And you may like require your car for an event, for example. So you may be offered like a replacement whilst your car is in the shop. Does that make sense? That's coming through for some of you, not all of you, of course, but it's just come through there, so I had to mention it. Back to your energy, Nine of Wands, you got a lot going on, okay? This is an energy of protecting your energy because you are really busy and that you have no time for distractions, especially since that Hermit energy is there. I mean, you got a lot of wands and a lot of water. So this is all about activity. It's about keeping your visions alive, you know, manifesting to a very high degree, but also feeling that you're in the right place at the right time or aligned with your sense of purpose. Yes, you're going to be super organized and structured. I'm also being given this management of stress levels, high cortisol levels. That comes with the Nine of Wands energy. So I feel a lot of you may make a major breakthrough when it comes to something. I'm being given two things, right? That's why I'm hesitant, because I'm like, are we going in this direction or this direction? But what I'm being given here is like an outlet, first off. So some of you may actually revisit something you used to do when you were younger that perhaps you've had to put on hold. This could be a creative hobby or something that really is an outlet for pressure, cathartic, letting emotions out. Could be painting, could be pottery, could be sporting. It could be something that it feels like you're channeling your energy into a creative pursuit that helps release pressure. Okay. And for some of you, there's also this energy, and this is the other direction I've been pulled in. You may return to a food substance or something that you used to have when you were younger that just brings your hormones or brings your body back into balance. Now, always important to reach out to a medical professional. I'm not a medical professional. Okay. So, it's important to get advice from someone who is in the know, qualified to give that information. But I'm just seeing you return to something that you just don't do anymore or that you haven't done for a while. So for example, if you haven't eaten kiwis in a long, long time, it can be that suddenly you feel called to like reintroduce kiwis into your diet, for example. And you're like, oh, I used to eat loads of these years ago, but now not so much. And it just feels like you go back into alignment. Perhaps there's some sort of vitamin in that or some sort of interaction with your body that brings you back into alignment. So that's just an example. I'm not saying it's kiwi, but there's something in that there as well. But I feel a lot of you, this is going to be a very fun month. Yes, Nine of Wands, you do have a lot going on there. Nine of Wands can be a card of questioning as well. Feeling cautious, when things are going really well. Like, for example, I'm a Scorpio, right? And I was looking at the charts and alignments for the planetary shifts this month. And I was looking at them going, well, that's really positive. Oh, that's really positive. Okay, that's pretty positive. Hang on a minute. There's a lot here that's really positive. Where's the fly in the ointment? Where's the clashes? So of course there is like a minor clash there with that black moon at the end of the month. But August feels like a lighter energy collectively. So I feel a lot of you are like, okay, there are some really positive things going on here. Nine of Wands like, but I'm cautious. Okay, where is the uncertainty? Where is the upset? It's like you're on guard with a Nine of Wands there. And the Five of Cups, I will pull a card on it when we get there, because I do feel there may be a minor disappointment. Okay, I got to tell it how it is there, but it's almost like the disappointment is to help you manifest the thing that you really wanted. Okay, so if you're trying to get tickets to a certain gig, for example, and it's all sold out, you're like, oh, I wanted to go to that. And then suddenly your favorite artist is doing an impromptu gig. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get tickets to that. Now, if you'd bought tickets to the other thing, you may not be free. Or you'll have to resell or whatever it is. But it just feels like there is minor disappointment here, but it seems to be something better replaces it. There's a reason, okay? Nine of Wands, what else am I getting from that energy? Nine of Wands indicates that you have the strength to succeed through any challenges. So I would say that any blockages are being removed for you, okay? Now, we do have that Hermit energy, and it's in a resistance position, so this is you getting out of the home space. But as I said, maybe a little bit of an inner battle. You may have to push yourself a little bit more to do that because your 4th house is saying, stay at home, be philosophical, be deep in thought. And you're like, yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. So there is this gear shift for you personally there, of course. Now, a lot of you are going to ask those big philosophical questions because of the 4th house and because of your 9 of Wands there, like, where do you belong? Which neighborhood? You're analyzing your journey, processing your past, your present, in order to find security and grounding for your future. So I feel a lot of you are deep in thought. The Hermit, it almost never leaves your soul. You're a very deep thinker. So I feel a lot of you will kind of only withdraw into self in order to focus on your plans, because the Queen of Swords, of course, is all about being organized, being structured, productive, serious. So I feel this is about you in the planning stages with something there, staying on track and being stricter with yourself. Interesting, that only starts to occur like the mid-month, but it kind of leaves your energy at the end of the month where you're a little bit more like, not a risk taker, but it feels like there's more spontaneity at the beginning of the month and the end of the month there for you. The middle of the month, there's something happening where I feel like you are diligently working on something. Your focus is very much on structure, okay? And the Hermit is often an energy of feeling exhausted. So just be mindful to take good quality rests. But also the Hermit is knowledge. Okay, some of you may be educating yourself to a higher degree, higher knowledge, higher wisdom there. A lot of downloads this month, especially in and around the 8-8 portal for you. This is a big month to see signs, symbols, but also like presenting a roadmap to you, specifically outlining the steps that you need to take to achieve a specific goal. Be clear in defining your objectives. You know, you're going to be completing your tasks to a high degree, utilizing your resources, taking responsibility and accountability for what needs to be done in order to be on time or be on schedule, as it were. Documents, staying on top of correspondence. I would also say with the 4 of Wands, you may have to revisit something. Okay, and this could be a correspondence with somebody. So if it's a legal document, you may have to revisit it. If you've, got a permit in action for something, you may have to revisit it. Or if you have to apply for something, you may have to kind of restart the process in some way. I hate to give that message, but there could be something you have to revisit or restart in the month. It feels very much like legal documents or contracts. Especially with that Queen of Swords, go over the fine print, as it were. Some of you also will return to learning a language, something that you may have started, but perhaps you left on hold because life just got busy and, got wild and wacky there. So you may revisit learning a language in some way, because I'm getting skill development, learning going on here, but also mindfulness. Swords are all about the mind. So you may be improving your focus by journaling. You're an old soul. Some of you may even be interested in past life regression. That's something that's so random that just came out there, but maybe something that you are interested in, because I'm being given this energy, and this is not going to resonate with all of you, of course, but because we do have the Hermit, which can actually be an old soul energy, and because the 4 Wands is to return or to remember or reunite, I'm being given this energy of remember who you are. Random. So this could be something that is like past life regression, or it can be that you've had your confidence knocked in something in the past or recently, for example, and now you're remembering who you are, as in reinforcing empowerment and confidence. So if you're looking for a job, for example, maybe you've been made redundant, or you have had to, finish a contract or walk away from something that was toxic, for example. Could be that it knocked your confidence in some way, or it's been a challenge to kind of like showcase your skills in an oversaturated job market where everyone's seeking new opportunities. But I do see you going for an interview. There's 2 opportunities. One, either the minor disappointment is the interview doesn't go your way, but something better aligns with you. There's a contract or a proposal here, okay, signing new things. I feel like you'll have 2 major interviews, so you will be asked back, okay? But I also see it's almost like with that 5 of Cups, either someone wastes your time or it lets you down, but actually it's because the universe says, there's something better. You don't really want to go down that route, okay? But also that 5 of Cups, some of you may let a person down or a company down, say, actually, you know what, you're not aligning with what I want for the future. Because your fourth house, whilst it's all about stability, it's also about valuing yourself, creating a foundation of, grounding, saying, I deserve this because I work hard for it. I mean, your 11th house is influencing you at the end of the month, which is so interesting because it's all about your hopes and wishes and manifestations. And your cards are literally your hopes, your dreams, your fears, all the things that go really well for you, all the things that don't go well for you. Because of course, life, if we're honest, is all about ups and downs. We can't win every day. We win some, we lose some. And I feel this is about you because your manifestation, Magician card energy is there. The Five of Cups is like you noticing when things are not working for you or don't fit in the same way. Things may be hitting differently, which means you're shedding, you're letting go. And the Two of Cups is you aligning with what is right for your heart and your sense of purpose. So I feel like you're on course to really have in your hand what you see in your mind, and you're having a union with manifestation and your dreams and goals because your 11th house is reinforcing this as well. You're stronger than usual. You're setting an intention and you're watching the universe deliver people or opportunities to help you or put you in the right place at the right time. Don't get me wrong. It's not going to be easy. The Nine of Wands says you're going to work hard for this, but you show up. You're independent. You're someone who is connected to your desires. But also, your 11th house is going to make you feel more sociable than usual to connect to either social circles or network for business or, maybe integrate into social activities, get involved in your neighborhood in some way. So I really feel your houses are governing you, but your fourth house, it just feels like it is going to be a little bit of inner battle, so your fourth house this month is going to actually ask you where you belong rather than you wanting to be at home all the time. I feel a lot of you with that Hermit in the resistance position, it means that, you're going to want to get out there, leave your home, go on road trips or go to festivals and, just see things outside of your comfort zone. But coming back to, well, two things. If you're looking for a job, there's definitely one aligning with you and there's going to be a lot of success there. I feel like you're going to fit perfectly. If you're someone who's an entrepreneur, you're trying new things or maybe even soft launching something, but I feel like you will really reveal it or launch it in August. Let me have a look. I mean, the Five of Cups, it can indicate at the beginning that if you're soft launching, you're like, okay, so this is going slower than I thought. But then suddenly it picks up pace, or you tweak it and it picks up pace there, if that makes sense. But it's actually going to be something that you've dreamt about happening, and it's something that is received really well and people love it. There's going to be return customers if you have customers or clients. People are going to see what you're about, and it really helps you take you to the top. I would say as well that if you're in a company, say for example, you've just gone on a vacation, you come back and you're working for a company, it could be that you start having conversations, because I feel like there's a review period for some of you where you have conversations about advancement in your career, and you may be met with an interesting but equally unfulfilling dynamic. It's like, okay, that was interesting. However, it doesn't feel like it's aligned with me. So you may actually have a further conversation or revisit the conversation and say, look, this is what my intention is. Can we make this happen to advance or move up the ladder? And if the answer is no, I feel like you will have something else lined up before they even say no. Okay, and for some of you, you will have a conversation where perhaps you find out that there is an opportunity available and you're like, oh, you may talk to your boss if you have a boss and say, I'd like to be lined up for this opportunity. And they may tell you the role is filled, or we already have someone we feel like is going to take that role. You may be disappointed, but they're like, we've got this other thing going on. What about that? And you're like, oh, that's way better. That's more aligned with what I thought I wanted, rather than the other thing. So it feels like it's a happy ending, as it were. But with this Hermit energy coming back to self, this is a deeply philosophical period where, of course, anything that's in the resistance position, it will go into the upright. I feel this is a month where you're really just contemplating, are you feeling fulfilled? How many of your cups are feeling fulfilled right now and how many are feeling empty? Because I feel like you're giving a lot of yourself to life right now. It's challenging. You're showing up for yourself, but it feels like some things are just not hitting in the same way. So it's not that you're abandoning them. You're mature enough to say, they're just not for me anymore. Also, I feel, yes, you're having a bit of a review period in your life, but also you have been tested. and I feel like you're passing a lot of tests. And some of you may have an actual test that I feel like you're going to pass on there, okay? There's an energy here of mock test as well. So if you're doing a mock test, I feel like you're striving for more after the mock test, and you're going to get more. Okay, but if you're having a driving test, for example, there's a Five of Cups, which indicates some of you may feel like you didn't do enough, or that you could have done more, because I feel like you're critical on yourself. When you have the Queen of Swords, it is to critique oneself, maybe even intrusive thoughts. So some of you, there may be some old intrusive thoughts that raise their heads in the month of August, but you're actually going to pass with flying colors. You did an awesome job, and that's across the board. If you're taking any kind of test, there's this energy of like being so successful, but deep down, it's like, well, I could have done more. I could have done better. I feel that's the inner critic that you're going to become super aware of in the month of August there, and make sure that you kind of like correct intrusive thoughts in some way, okay? Being a little bit more compassionate for self. Now, also this Queen of Swords energy, it is in the resistance position. So I feel that means after a period of feeling like extra sensitive or defensive, I feel like, you become aware of that sensitivity, and you ask yourself why. What is the root cause? Okay, and I feel like you have some deep, honest conversations with self during this period. I'm going to pull a card on the two queens just to see if they're two people, because there is like a Two of Cups there as well. So that can mean like the dynamics in a friendship that has been strained start to feel a little bit more, together, that there is some sort of solution found. The Tower. So Tower can be, a shock or a rebuild. There's an energy here of rebuilding something or empowering yourself in a situation that you felt. Perhaps if someone tried to knock your confidence, for example, or someone said something that was very passive aggressive, or micromanaging. This can be someone perhaps where there is like an explosive kind of argument. I mean, when you get a Tower, this can literally mean that there is an argument that's so monumental, when you slam a door, it shakes the foundation of a home. It can be that, but it can also be that someone shocks you or their behavior shocks you in some way. The Hermit is there, so that can indicate that, you've known this person for a long time. Ooh, I didn't like the way that came out. We've got the Ten of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. So, I mean, this comes back to a friendship that perhaps is maybe going under some sort of major construction or some sort of shift in dynamics there. Ten of Swords, for some of you, I mean, the Queen of Swords is to be self-sufficient. It is to build healthier boundaries. So if someone crosses those boundaries with that Tower, it can be that it makes you furious in some way, or, this person shocks you. I feel this is a person, I want you to be aware, but I will read it like you may actually shock yourself of what you're capable of. Towers are not negative shocks. It can be that suddenly you have a realization that actually you're a very strong person and that you've been holding everything together. You've been doing stuff all by yourself. You're very self-sufficient and things are starting to go the way you'd hoped for. Ten of Swords can also indicate, if this is a friendship, for example, that you feel someone has betrayed your trust or left you out in some way, and you're just like, you know what, I'm all good by myself. You're self-sufficient. You're distancing yourself. This is a card of detachment. So it can be that you're keeping this person at arm's length in order to heal from this. You would never allow this person to see that you were truly saddened by their actions, but you may be in the process of severing ties when this person with the Ace of Pentacles reaches out with an olive branch. Okay, and the Two of Wands is an energy of like, well, I need to just wait and see, because right now I'm in the process of severing, but you're keeping an eye on it, okay? It's like you had expectations of this relationship, or you feel this person, it's someone who is not like a repeat offender, for example. It may be that you're surprised by this person's actions and you're like, okay, you know what? I'm not giving them a free pass, but I'm just keeping my distance at this time. And over time, you give breath to the connection. This could be a family member, could be a boss, could be anybody, okay? Someone you interact with, and it feels like you kind of like deepen your connection because of it. Now, of course, because a Tower has come out, this can also indicate that something surprises you in the month of August. and it gives you an option to rebuild. Ten of Swords, it could be a drastic ending. So for example, because there is a person there, if you have like a landlord or a landlady, it could be that suddenly they tell you that they are going to sell the property. And you're like, what? Where does that leave me? Especially if you're renting, for example. It could be that now you have to find an alternative place because you're on the move there with that Chariot energy. I would say with the Two of Cups, the place you go on to is even better than before. And dare I say that you get to save more money, or it's more luxurious, or it just feels more like home. Okay, so this person's literally done you a favor, kicked you out of a comfort zone in some way. But Two of Wands, they give you some notice. Okay, and I feel with it, Ace of Pentacles, there's just so much potential in this ending because the Ten of Swords came first. And then it's followed by the Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. So again, I feel the Tower is like to shake you out of a comfort zone. And the Ten of Swords, it feels drastic for some of you, or it feels like, oh my gosh, this is abrupt. And then Ace of Pentacles is like, oh, actually, there's some potential in what's being offered. It's like the universe steps in. Aces are always the universe intervening. It's the same with this Five of Cups. It's like something seems like a disappointment or, a plot twist, but something else is being offered that is way better. And it's like, wait and see, something's better. Something is going to be more fortunate. I mean, to have a Tower and a Ten of Swords and an Ace of Pentacles, this can indicate some sort of financial surprise, for example, but the Ace of Pentacles indicates it's got a lot of potential. So it could be that you shock yourself at what you're capable of, a new money-making idea. Ten of Swords, you may actually decide to eventually leave a long-term position because something you're doing independently starts to really take off and you're just watching it flourish and you're nourishing it and it requires your undivided attention, for example. I mean, also, if you are a landlord or landlady, there may be someone that you have as a tenant who shockingly gives in their notice. They suddenly decide to leave there. I mean, if you've come to this reading and you've had an abrupt ending there or some shocking news, I feel this is about you kind of recalibrating your life in the month of August, because the Five of Cups can be to lament something or to be grieving something that you feel like you lost out on, or you could be looking at some things that you regret that happened on something. But the main energy I'm getting on all of this is some of you may feel at first that you've had to sacrifice something that you thought you wanted, but actually it's replaced with something better. Okay, that's the main energy I've got coming through for you. Now, Four of Wands, of course, in the resistance position, there is a separation energy with this. And because we got the Tower and the Queen of Swords, I mean, Queen of Swords can represent a divorcee as well. So this could be that either you are shocked by a friend, because Four of Wands are friends, or people that you are close to or know information about. Can be that there's a shock separation in your group in some way, or it could be that, you shock people by severing ties or distancing yourself. It displays a message, especially if people have overstepped a mark in some way. But I feel a lot of you, this can be that by removing yourself from something in order to do something else, there's a lot of success, because Four of Wands will go into the upright. It's something that you are working on or working hard, clear on, and you have a strategy on there. Four of Wands is good news, celebration. So I definitely see that there is something to celebrate, especially mid-month for you. You have a win come on in for you. You worked really hard for this. And also, I feel it paves the way for more to come, because it feels it doesn't stop there. It feels like this is a milestone, but there's more to go, okay? Also, for some of you with that Queen of Swords and the Hermit energy with the Four of Wands, you may be celebrating an anniversary of someone who is in spirit, okay? Someone who perhaps went before their time is what I'm being given. And this person makes their presence known. They want you to be aware they're around you and that they are helping you and guiding you through these challenging times. If you've been going through some challenging times there, you're going to get the sign that you wanted. Let me see. I'm seeing a horseshoe and some grapes. Interesting. So grapes are about fulfillment. Of course, there's that connotation, sour grapes, but the horseshoe is luck. So it could be, again, connected to the Five of Cups, that something feels like it's bittersweet in some way, but there is a message that comes through for you from someone in spirit. Some of you may actually have booked a tarot reading or an appointment with a medium, and a message comes through that is really important for you, and it shows that this person's around you and like hears you, hears your conversations. Okay, so with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to move away from the energy. I'm more drawn here to your sense of purpose and independence. So you could be moving out of a place to be more independent, or you could be like setting up your own business or legally structuring something in the month of August there for a lot of you. But the Four of Wands is like, right, let's get out there and play. Let's get more creative. Let's find the fun in life. Let's spend time in people who enrich my life and not people who drain me constantly of my resources or my energy. So the Four of Wands is definitely some sort of like harmony. It also feels like you're in a period of preparing for something, and whatever it is, whatever that plan is, it feels like it is very successful, and it's going to be something that you will celebrate. Also, just be a little bit mindful. There's no pentacles here. I'm just going to pull a card on pentacles because I feel here, Hermit, Queen of Swords, there seems to be a document missing from a correspondence that comes in for you. So it could be that someone sends you a whole pack of stuff that you need, but there seems to be something missing. You may have to chase that up. For some of you, it could be financially related. I mean, for some of you, it could be like a rebate. Some of you are doing tax time, or you're doing some sort of legal document, but it feels like there is something that's missing. And you may not be aware it's missing at first. You may fill in all the forms, but then someone says, oh, did you fill in the other form? And you're like, I didn't get another form. And they're like, yeah, we sent it. You're like, well, no, you didn't. So you may have to prove that you didn't receive something. Just be mindful, spam folder, things like that as well. There just seems to be also this energy of a long-standing payment, like a direct debit, that may go out earlier than you think, and by a considerable amount of dates. I would say like a week. Just be mindful of that, okay? And I mean, it could, if you don't have funds there, put you in your overdraft is what I'm seeing there. But just be a little bit mindful. You may have to like contact your financial establishment or say, hey, look, this, direct debit comes out on the 1st of the month, for example. Why are you taking it like 5 days before if we are contracted for it to come out on the 1st of the month? And they're, oh, we just process things earlier this month. No, I have a contract with you and I make sure the funds are in there for the 1st of the month. Don't take it before. I feel like you have a legal right to challenge that. So just be mindful of that, okay? That's coming through. 7 of Cups and 3 of Wands. Yeah, this is more about your plans. 7 of Cups is, having a lot on your to-do list, prioritizing, and the 3 of Wands is to make progress. It's you kind of like asking yourself, are you on the right path? And the universe is going to show you in the month of August, yeah, you're on the right path. You are in harmony with your heart's desire, and there's new options coming in for you. 7 of Cups is like dream big. It's the power of possibility. You're shifting your perspective. You can have it all. It doesn't have to just be about one focus. You can actually do more than one thing. 3 of Wands can be that you're branching out in some way, or that you are expanding. There's a lot of expansion here, especially when it comes to, work. There's a lot of success here, but also if you're someone, for example, who's entering into a new pace of life, especially if you're retiring now, for example, it means it's a new pace. Fool card indicates there's going to be a lot of fun there, but also 7 of Cups can be like you feel a bit scattered. Perhaps you're off kilter with your friends. They may not be retiring at the same time as you, so you feel a little bit out of like range with how you can meet up with them. You may be looking at what you fill your time with and looking at things outside of yourself that you don't normally do. New things, for example, to explore. This is your time. A lot of you may even decide to travel to new places you haven't been to before. I feel like a lot of you are like coming out of your comfort zone there. But 3 of Wands is basically success through being in the right place at the right time. You just got to focus on what you want because you're a visionary, okay? Your dreams can come true. Also, a lot of you may have been feeling, because when you get a 3 of Wands and a 7 of Cups, some of you may have been feeling really scattered, that you've got so much on your plate that you feel a little bit like not on autopilot. It feels like you are focusing on one thing, then the other thing comes in. You know, it feels like you're distracted by a lot that's going on right now. So some of you may be healing your hormones in a way to become more balanced so that you can not feel so scattered. So there's some healing or alignment there. Some of you may also go through some sort of spiritual healing too, or you may be looking into that at this time. But ultimately, Four Wands is hitting a milestone in your life that you've been preparing for, that you will celebrate, okay? Also, a feast date, celebrate, as I mentioned, like honoring someone, perhaps who's in spirit or not at the table in some shape or form. But also, I'm being given this energy of either changing job or changing environment, but it's through your own volition. It feels like through success, you're upgrading your life in some way. Okay, these could just be your plans as well. Queen of Swords can indicate you're thinking about utilizing online platforms, for example. It's all about the ether. Swords about air. It's about the connection to technology. So it could be that you're being savvy with technology or learning about technology in order to make advancements in your finances there. I mean, I was trying to find out about money there, but the Seven of Cups and the Three of Wands came out. So this can be that, you know, that you're pooling your resources into different piles financially, having like a secret stash, for example. Some of you are saving for a vacation. I just want to see a little bit more about money. I mean, an Ace of Pentacles came out there, so it feels like there is a start of something. Yeah, start of something that you love doing. Ace of Cups. Okay, sort of something that's going to be very rewarding there for you. I'm just going to move this because, you know, I have this wonderful kind of card. It's the Ancient Ones for the ancestors there, and I like to honor it and keep it there, but it just sort of like flipped over, so I'm just putting it back. But we've got the Two of Swords, of course, which is an energy of being deep in thought about things that you love. Ace of Cups is for the first. It's for the self first, so it's for your first step in a certain direction or starting something new or an opportunity coming in that at first you cannot see the potential of it, but it's going to have so much potential. But because I am clarifying money, I mean, the energy is that you are being stricter with your finances, that you're not just making purchases for the sake of purchasing. It feels like, yes, you may treat yourself, but at the same time, I feel like you've got a strategy. Okay, I feel like you're open to more money, but also removing money blocks. It feels very much more of a dreamy kind of month for you, but you're still having a financial strategy there, but it's somehow linked to something new. So this could be like a new bank account, for example, that gives better interest rates. Doesn't always have to be like you're setting up a new business or you're setting up an idea. Or some of you may be, because your fourth house is influencing you, some of you may be decluttering your home space and actually selling pre-loved goods that brings more money into your pocket, for example. But also, it can be that you're looking at new ways of investing your money at this time in order to increase. Three of Wands is always amplify, extend your reach, look to the horizon for better opportunities are coming in. So I would say a lot of you, you're focused more on your direction this month and also your dreams, your goals. You're focused and action oriented. And I feel like you're cultivating positive habits and mindsets because that Queen of Swords is there as well in order to make advancements in your life. I mean, because we have that Hermit, a lot of you are thinking about improving focus because it is there with that Queen of Swords, either through journaling, writing stuff down, meditating, self-help books, podcasts, you know, maybe even like past life regression or even hypnotism. So you may be trying to correct something within yourself to give you more confidence. I want to take that back because my guides gave me correct. And, you know, to some degree, I guess correcting intrusive thoughts, very important. But I feel more than anything, it's like removing blocks. I feel like you're removing. Thanks so much, I'm so grateful. My guide put their hand on my shoulder and said, that's right, that's right. It's more about removing with that Five of Cups. So removing any blockages there. But I feel like you're setting a foundation, habit building, as it were, whether through routines or rituals to remain on track, cultivating those in order to move forward. Detoxifying, health-related, body, mind, and soul, being aware of what you connect to, because everything is connected. But also, I feel this is a period of innovation, working on something for the long term, the rewards paying off, being faithful to something, paying attention, and also treating your body with the respect it deserves. Because I feel with this Hermit energy, some of you, there may be, especially since we have some wands there may be an inflammation of an old injury come up there, but you manage it. Now, Chariot card energy, of course, is about you daring to do something, being that rebel, shaping your reality, not afraid to move forward despite any obstacles, people who don't support you. This is about you kind of like owning your energy. And I feel like you're holding yourself to accountability. You're finding your way back to that intense spark of passion, being, bold and saying, I'm not going to live a life half lived. I'm showing up for myself. So I feel like you are high energy this month. And this card in particular indicates a lot of success around that you are going to conquer something, be victorious, or control something in a way that you felt motivated to control for a long time. And yes, of course, you're going to be very productive, but also you're taking stock of how you can advance. You're not staying at one level. You're being a director in your life, a shaper of worlds, as it were. So I would say a lot of you, time management, because we have that Queen of Swords energy, you may be learning more about apps or, internet-based platforms. I mean, Two of Cups, for some of you, can literally be a platform that you partner up with, because this is about partnerships. So it can be that you kind of like advance in a social media platform. You could be on, I'm not going to mention any of the social media platforms. I'm sure you all know them, but it could be something that you kind of like do and get a lot of attention at and then start to make money on, for example, or you increase whatever it is that you've been making right now because you're going through a period of innovation. But on a personal level, I feel this is more about you finding balance in your life, but still making progress on something. And the Magician card is you being in your personal power. It is you manifesting to a high degree, but it's also you being in control of things, okay? Holding the steering wheel of your life, as it were, and guiding yourself in a certain direction. So, I saw this image before I came to your reading, and I'm seeing it again in the water right now. I don't tend to mention it, but it's almost like August is a month where you're on a skateboard, okay? And you're kind of like enjoying that you're on a skateboard, but you're also like avoiding any drama or pitfalls. You're navigating away, you're doing something different, you're remaining balanced, but it almost feels like you're on a slalom, as it were, where you're like, okay, success here, not doing that, avoiding that. Well, it just feels like that's how you're navigating this month, but it's also fun. It feels it's exciting. It feels like, look, Ma, no hands. It feels like you're doing something that you're really proud of, and you've had to navigate a lot of pitfalls to get there. And you're going to get a lot of attention for it. So, for example, if you've been going through a personal development project, right? If you've been nourishing your health in a different way, you're seeing the advancements of that. You're seeing the outcome, the payoff of that. And you're like, yeah, look at this. I did this. I was focused on it. I had the willpower, never gave up, believed in myself, got it going on. You're having a glow up there. Also, if it's a project, it can be like, you know what, there's no information out there, but I did it all by myself. I showed up. Yeah, I was scared, but still did it. I'm not going to let anything stop me. I'm still going to be really flexible and make sure that I navigate this path and I'm unstoppable. So please apply it to your situation, because I feel that's your energy of August, which is really thrilling, actually. So with this Magician and Chariot, there's magic in the way that you are navigating the month of August. So when you know the Chariot card, it basically means that you're taking action, you're in control to a certain degree, but also there's destined energies around you, because there's never any reins on a Chariot card, okay? The figure doesn't hold any reins. So there is like a co-creative energy where, you're on track, aligned with your sense of purpose, but it's like your vision, you just know you're going to get there. Whatever it is, you set your mind to it, nothing's going to get in your way. And the universe gives you that helping hand. But that Five of Cups, I said I was going to pull a card on this, and I will. Five of Cups can indicate that some of you are very nostalgic as well, looking at how things didn't go well for you in certain ways, but recognizing how you overcame that, how you are flexible in that. But also it can be that something from your past makes you feel very nostalgic. Now, Five of Cups is not normally a nostalgic card, But I'm being given this energy of like, remember when that didn't go really well? Remember when that person rejected me? Remember when, I didn't get that job? Remember, it's almost like I'm feeling this energy of like, well, look at me now, because it's like all those disappointments, all those upsets, and all those challenges. It's like now you are stepping into your higher power. You're stepping into a period where you are the success that you envisaged you would be. And it just feels like things are getting better for you. And it's like you realizing that you turned pain to gain, for example. The judgment. So yeah, I feel this energy of like judging your life or looking at the things that you had to let go of that you outgrew in order to embrace the life that you're aspiring to now. The Judgment card is all about letting go of something to embrace something new. It's about your life purpose. It's a wake-up call. It's like making final decisions. If you have a decision to make, I definitely see you make the right decision by letting go of something that you feel intuitively is not right for you, so the universe can deliver the right opportunity, okay? Now, of course, for some of you, there's this energy of someone who let you go. Now, of course, Mercury will go direct, in the middle of the month there, but we're not out of that post-shadow until the end of the month, as I mentioned earlier. So some of you, there's a person who feels like they let you go. This person may try to resurface, okay? It's connected to love because we got the Two of Cups there, but you may be like, no, look at me now. You lost out. So I feel like you turn your back on this. And this person, they may come towards you with a lot of regret. So you may have a very direct conversation with this person, but I feel like you're not going back. Forwards only, okay? But also this Judgment card, this is about you judging where you feel like you are at. I feel a lot of you, there is this advancement, good news, travel, of course, and progress. And I feel there's also this energy of like moving forward towards your personal victory and destiny with passion and drive, and you're leaving the old behind. So a lot of you are outgrowing things and people and situations. And at first, that was really sad, especially if the people were close to you or there were things that you used to love, but you just don't feel the same way about them anymore. But what is to come is brighter than all of that. It is more fulfilling. Two of Cups is an attraction of all that you desire. And of course, if some of you are looking for love, I definitely see here that there is love. A lot of you, if you're traveling or going to an event that is outside your usual parameters of where you frequent, you're going to meet someone who actually gives you a compliment at first. Okay, you may be a little bit guarded because some of you may have been grieving a past relationship, or you may have been grieving a sadness there. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there if that's you. But I actually feel the universe is aligning you with romance if you're searching. Okay, this is a great month for romance for you. What am I getting there as well? Because the Five of Cups is there for some of you, and a lot of you are going to be like, no. But some of you, this person who comes in, they may look like a past person for you, but they are certainly not the same person at all. There just seems to be a resemblance. And some of you, that's the bittersweet energy. It's like, oh my gosh, this person's amazing. And there's something really passionate. There's a spark between us. However, they remind me a little bit like a person that, things didn't go so well with. And there may be that inner battle with that. So again, just be mindful, okay? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to be aware of? Okay. Can you please guide them for their highest good? Okay. So if you're searching for Soul Tribe members, there is a meeting of hearts and minds there. So you meet new people who align with you and who you are. Crystal ball. Yeah, I definitely felt some sort of spiritual kind of energy there, either through like a tarot reading or meeting a medium. Okay, because we got the Fool card there, some of you may also discover that you're pregnant this month. Congratulations if that's you. Okay, some of you may actually have baby on board already. Again, if that's you, baby will come a little bit quicker than you anticipate. Just be mindful. And big celebration there, of course, as well. So celebrate. Congratulations to you. I mentioned the baby because, of course, we've got the Fool card and we've got baby. Some of you may actually hear pregnancy news as well. Okay, this will align with some personal good news for you as well. It feels like a marker, signpost from the universe. So we've got Thank you so much, I'm so grateful. Now, I don't even know if I want to mention this, but I'm seeing like a signpost in the water. And I mean, one direction has a profanity on it that I'm not going to say. Okay? But it's not a usual profanity. I mean, it basically means to be dumped on from a great height. Let's put it that way, right? And in the other direction, well, it's changing the words now. First of all, it was success. Now it's glow up. And then it's like purpose. Okay, so yeah. So again, I'm getting this turning pain to gain kind of energy. It's like you're removing yourself so far away from any challenging things that you've been going through. And you are taking back your power in some way. A lot of you, with the Queen of Swords, you could be documenting this. You could be writing something. The power of your words are very important this month. But also, I feel a lot of you, there's this energy of wanting to start again or start afresh or start anew in some way, and it's going to be so empowering for you. If you are someone who's a writer, I would say that there's an energy of potentially being published, but you may be let down by someone first, or, you know, a meeting does not go the way you hope for, and then suddenly someone better comes along. So again, it's the same message, but for different layers. There's so many different layers to life. But we've got new beginnings. New beginnings here for you. Again, it could be new beginnings to a new neighborhood, new projects, unlimited potential. That's what I see for you for this month. Continuing your legacy, warmth, purity, new phase, birth of a child, but also vulnerability. I feel your vulnerability, my beautiful Scorpio, is that you take a lot on and you do it all yourself. You're someone who would rarely delegate or rarely ask for help because you're a strong person. And I feel actually, you know, you're so used to people in your life maybe not showing up for you and walking away that you've learnt that you're the only one who can depend on you. So I feel there is this energy of you kind of going, well, if you want to do something, you may as well do it yourself. So I feel like you're getting stuck into something this month and you should be really proud of yourself. Now, interesting that the baby and the cat came out at the same time because the Fool card has a cat on it. So I would say there's a lot of independent energy here, new projects, something that will ripple effect in your life and give you freedom, maybe financial freedom there as well. But it says apathetic, disinterested, aloof, my way or the highway. You may encounter a person like that, but we've already kind of gone on with that. Unaffected, not my problem. So you're distancing yourself from drama. What I want, so you're focusing on what you want, when I want it. So what I want when I want it is what's there. Cool and calm and disengaged. So you're not allowing yourself to be affected by other people's drama. But a cat is always very discerning about the company that they keep and also looks before they leap. So calculated risks going on there. We've got emerald, healing, fertility, eternity, reflection, humility, sensuality, rare, peace, soul restoration. Definitely see that you're doing that. Strong relationships, balance, free-flowing love, mature love, and heart chakra. Yeah, leading with your heart and your passions this month. We also have bodybuilder. So a lot of you could be hitting the gym, being more active. But also this is about your strength. Okay, maybe even recharging your batteries in your home space to get out there and conquer your empire, as it were. It says power, strength, forceful, determined, disciplined, vigor, domination, pushing forward, influence, leverage, mastery, resolving, intense resistance, self-improvement, and exercise. Definitely see all that happening for you for the month of August. And you'll see results there as well. That did come out. We've also got crystal ball. I mean, some of you may actually be going to a seer, as it were. I kid you not, like I'm a Scorpio, right? I can never read for myself, but it's funny that the crystal ball came out because I just bought myself one, okay? So that's coming through. So, you know, it has just been delivered, so I have yet to reveal it and cleanse it and all of those things, but I just thought it was funny that it came out there. But this is all about your intuition, knowingness. So it says, seeing clearly. That was the Queen of Swords there for you. Perception, sense of instinct, divination, future planning, ESP, past life regression. Look at that. Present and future, past, present, future. Gut reaction, inner knowing. Knowing that you are successful in something. Seeing your future, maybe even having prophetic dreams there as well. But I see a lot of you learning to develop your capabilities and your knowingness. And also fairy tale. How often does Scorpio get the fairy tale card? Like never. So, I feel this is a good month for you. I mean, this is only a month reading. It's not like a life reading, but it says here, believing in the impossible. You're the sort of person who makes the impossible possible by showing up. It says romantic endings, daydreams. You got the Seven of Cups, which is all about your daydreams, your visions of the future, the power of possibility, as I mentioned. And the Three of Wands is making it your reality. It's on your horizon. It already exists in your future. You're connecting to your vibration. Magic, archetypes, hopeful, unicorns and rainbows. I mean, life is never unicorns and rainbows, but maybe this passage of time for you is going to go better than you thought. And of course, the Nine of Wands says that you're kind of like looking for the fly in the ointment, but maybe there's no fly in your ointment for August, and it's time to just relax and enjoy that. It says fanciful, stories we tell, the happy ever after, and things you aspire to. So I feel a lot of you, there's going to be a change of luck or fortune that helps you in some way. We have hand in hand, so relationship possibilities. I mean, if you've been having some conflict in a relationship, I feel it will be resolved and you build a deeper connection. Some of you are making something, handmade things in the month of August as well, like writing letters or creating something as a gift for somebody. But I feel this is about you making an impact. And as you can see, it's like a small hand to a big hand. So of course this can indicate, giving birth or focusing on spending time with your children and guiding them and having fun with them, integrating if you have a family. But I feel this is about you and your growth, the inner child, who you've become. Yes, there's been some challenges and there's been some battles, but this is about you taking stock in August and saying, you know what? I showed up. I came a long way. I overcame some stuff. And now as you're mature, I feel like, you're really making a mark in your life and things are about to get a little bit fizzy for you. I feel quite exciting energy there, but this is your legacy. If you think about, because I'm seeing in the water right now, cave paintings with handprints on it. It's like, I am here. I have arrived. So I feel this is a month where you arrive at a pinnacle point in your life where you can see how far you've come and how successful you truly are, but there is a lot more to come. This is a month of legacy. This is you making your mark and saying, I'm here. And this is in different areas of your life. Whether it's in a relationship that you feel is taking you for granted, this is you exerting your power, your independence, but also, reinforcing boundaries, having honest, open conversations. Whether it's in your career and saying, hey, these are my skill sets. I'm here. I am showcasing what I'm about. Your talent speaks for itself. Or whether it is you holding yourself to accountability and saying, you know what, I promised myself to show up for myself. I'm not going to fall back into a cycle repeat. I'm going to hold myself to accountability and say, you know what, I'm breaking through a pattern or a temptation to fall back into a cycle, and I'm not doing it. So I feel like there's a maturity in that, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonated in that reading. Very complex, but I hope in some way it resonates. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell. Lets you know when I update my next message. Lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. But enjoy this month because I feel it's going to be a pretty positive one for you, apart from that minor disappointment there. But it feels like something better is coming in too. Replace it. Okay, so I'll leave it there. Thank you so much and love and light.